it's Liz, and it's Monday, and it's NaNoWriMo. Do you know what NaNoWriMo is? If not, that's fine. I'm going to tell you. It's National Novel Writing Month, which means every day over the course of November, you try to write approximately 1,667 words, so that at the end of the month, you will have 50,000 words, which they tell me is supposedly the length of a novel, but frankly, it's only around 120 pages, so I don't believe them. That's just the general thing, and I have been trying to do this every year since freshman year, and never once has it worked, but this year I've been, on it, and I don't know if I'm still on it on the day that you are watching this, but as for me, on day 10, I'm, on top of it, and you would know that if you followed me on Instagram. But I was thinking, I didn't really think that my writing was anything extraordinary, but I realized, some people are going to be, way better at it than me because they're older than me, they've been doing this longer, and, they just generally write faster, although I do happen to write like I'm running out of time regularly. It's problematic. My fingers hurt. And I was like, okay, I'm seeing all of these older writers, and they write more than me, or they write more consistently than me, their books are better, their books are longer, blah, blah, blah. They can get more done in an hour, and I'm like, okay, I'm freaking out. But I realized looking at people my own age group, that there's, the people who are just starting to write just now, the people who've been, dabbling in the writing, and the people who've been writing for a long time. And I'm someone who's been writing for a long time, so, my writing skills are really good, just not in comparison to people who are in their 40s and have been writing forever. So I've steadily been about 700 plus words above my goal consistently throughout the month, especially after doing Double Up Day, which is what happened last Saturday. Not the Saturday that just happened, but the one before, the first Saturday of the month. You try and double up your word count, or the amount of words you write in that day, or your donations to NaNoWriMo. I was thinking, I'm doing really well. I should, share these amazing tips with the world. What am I doing? But the problem is, this is what I'm doing. All right, time to write. Oh, hey, Phil's live. Ooh. New video. I have no idea what happens next. Yikes. So many freaking typos. Edit later. Edit later. No, just edit later. Oh. But it's what I'm doing, and I think the moral of the story is write however feels natural to you. Pace yourself. Your goal does not have to be 50,000 words. That is, the goal, but, for the Young Writers Program, the goal is only as high as 30,000, and your goal can be as low as 9,000. Yeah, which is totally accomplishable, in case you were wondering. So, yeah, and if you're thinking, well, it's the 13th, it's almost halfway through the month, can I really do that? Yeah, you can do that. Make your goal only 25,000 words, and then write that much. Or whatever half is, except not half of 9,000, because like I said, it's the lowest, but you can do it at any point, unless it's the last day of the month, in which case, next year, man. NaNoWriMo is such a beautiful experience. It's a really great way to connect with authors around the world. Even though it's National Novel Writing Month, it's really kind of International Novel Writing Month, because people from all over participate. And I think that's fantastic, It's, if you don't know, the writing community is some of the nicest people on the planet, on the internet, anywhere. I know that I personally love my creative writing class because everyone there is, they're so good. They're so wonderful. Be a part of that community. And you might be thinking, okay, yeah, I have this idea, but I can't write. Correction, you can write, you just haven't written yet. The first book I ever wrote was crap. There was definitely a plot, but it wasn't developed. There were definitely strong characters, they just weren't it's this whole thing of, the first time you write, you never really know what you're doing. And you're never going to know what you do unless you write. It's something that anyone is capable of doing, whether you're 8 or 80. whatever, you are capable of writing something, because if you have a story idea, you can't just give it to someone else and hope that they can do it better than you would be able to. It's your story, and you're the only person who can tell it. And you know what? The world deserves to be able to hear your story. You deserve to have your story heard, and it's difficult. Like, writing is one of the most painful things, and it takes a lot of just drafting and trying not to edit, and then rewriting everything, and then rewriting everything again, and then editing and making sure that everything flows neatly, and endings are challenging and beginnings are challenging, and little pieces in the middle that you didn't really think out because they were just the little things. It's all challenging. Don't get me wrong, writing's hard, man. There's no easy way to write a book, and your first copy is not going to be your last copy. And for perfectionists like me, that's frustrating, you know? It'd be easier if you could just write it once, have it be perfect, and send it in, but that's not how it works. And because that's not how it works, it's actually better, because it means you get to fix it. You get to get other people to help you fix it, and it becomes better, and then it becomes this beautiful thing that it's like, hey, once upon a time, that was just an idea in my head, and now it's out there. And it's this real thing that people can read, you know, and experience, and you get to share that. People get to take something from it. Honestly, write a book. If you have been debating whether or not to start NaNoWriMo, or you meant to and you didn't because you're like, oh, it's too late, no, do it, man. You will not regret doing NaNoWriMo, because it will teach you that anyone can write. If you want to write, but you never have, there's no time like the present. Pick up a pen, or grab your laptop, or sit at a desktop, or even typing on your phone. Whatever it is, do it. You will be so glad that you got your story out there. Get your story out there. Put it on Wattpad so that people can see it. You know, do something to make your story heard, because you're the only one who can tell it. That's what makes it so beautiful. That's what makes everything so beautiful. I'm really passionate about novel writing. Hey, if you liked that video, give it a thumbs up and leave a comment below. Are you doing NaNoWriMo? And another thing, what if, I don't know if it would be here or on Instagram or anywhere, but if you would be into like some sort of weekend write-in where I did a live stream and we all kind of, you know, chatted with one another while working through our ideas, or even not a write-in, but just, you know, talking about our stories and bouncing ideas off of each other. If that's something you're into, let me know. You really gotta let me know, because otherwise I just won't do it, because I don't want to, like, pull up a live stream for the first time ever and have no one show up, because then I'd cry and never do it again. And anyways, you can follow me in the links in the description box below, especially my Instagram, if you want to know how my NaNoWriMo's going, if you want to let me know how your NaNoWriMo's going, all that fun jazz down below. Yeah, bro, share this video with another bro, and if you have not done so yet, subscribe, because I make new videos every Monday.